we found out this morning quarterbacks that will throw: CJ Stroud, Florida's Anthony Richardson, and then Will Levis out of Kentucky. They will all throw at the combine this week. Bryce Young's only going to go for interviews. I don't know if that means he'll weigh in. Like, his body weight is something that's going to be subject to discussion, because everything else is there from a quarterback, meaning, like, if he were, say, 6'4" and 225, everything else you could want in a quarterback he has. But whatever he ends up weighing in at, not sure that'll happen this week, or if it'll happen further down the line, say at Alabama's pro day. You've got a good quarterback class this season, which you did not have last season. You had Kenny Pickett. It was like Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, and everyone else a year ago. I'm excited to see some of the quarterbacks throw. I know it's throwing on air, but I also like to see the quarterbacks throw with guys that aren't their receivers, that aren't their college teammates, to see, okay, can they still do this on air? Because if they can't do it on air and make it look good, I can only imagine that it'll be even harder in pads. But, like, I'm just excited. And it's just like, I remember we were freaking out a few years ago where it was like the Zach Wilson pro day where he's rolling out the opposite side and he shows off his cannon arm. Like, I just can't wait to see this at Indy here this upcoming week.
Anthony Richardson, AR, he about to take the whole show. He about to take the whole show, Mark. He about to take the whole show over. He about to take. Don't be surprised if he go top 10.
Oh, I'm not. He needs to go to the right fit, though, Ike. Get him good coaching, get him some pieces around him. For me, Anthony Richardson's success is going to be more so dictated on which franchise and organization goes to, and it not really his ability, because the ability there, the big playability, Ike, the ceiling that we talk about might be higher than any quarterback in this entire class.
He ain't got no ceiling. Everybody else got a ceiling.
Yeah.
Take the roof off the house. He has no ceiling, none. Now, what I do agree with you is he got to go to a coach. He has to go to a coach. He has to go to a coach that know exactly what to do with him, who's going to cater to him, not cater to, hey, you cater to my playbook. Nah, coach got to cater to him. That's all Andy Reid catered towards Patrick Mahomes. Who's the coach for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Sirianni
catered toward Jalen Hurts. They catered towards Joe Burrow. Like,
Josh Allen too, Ike. Do you remember a few years ago, Josh Allen had the lowest completion percentage in the NFL, and now he's one of the NFL's elite talents. It's the reason why Brian Daboll, as an offensive coordinator, goes to being the head coach of the Giants.
No, that's my whole point. Once Coach Brian left, we said towards the end of the seasons with Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, it ain't looking the same. But you see what he just did to Josh Daniels. You see what he's doing with Daniels sitting over there with the Giants, but between a $38 and $40 million contract per year. It's coaching. Coaching is everything. So we saw Josh Allen towards the end of the season, like, dang, but you look at Coach Brian over there with the Giants, like, who their receivers is, and they in the playoffs? That's all coaching. That's all coaching. So that's what I was trying to say about next year, KC, because Eric Bieniemy left. It's value into coaches. Coach Brian left. You don't hear much. With a lot of talent for the Buffalo Bills. He go to the New York Giants, and in 1 year, get the boys into the playoffs. Got a quarterback who we thought would have been a bust. About to sign a $38 to $40 million contract.
There's going to be a drop-off in Kansas City, too.
Between him and Coach T, the best second half adjustment coaches.
Can I piggyback off this, Ike? And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this for you, because you go from Eric Bieniemy to Matt Nagy in Kansas City, there's going to be a drop-off. point blank period, there's going to be a drop off in the 2023 season. I'm calling this right now in February. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. The Chiefs offense won't be as potent as they were this past season. I'm telling you right now.
And don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is magic. He's magic on that field. I would never knock. But the value in Coach Eric Bieniemy will be shown this year. The value in Coach Brian Daboll was shown last year with the Buffalo Bills on how they played in the second half of the season. The value of Coach Brian Daboll throughout the whole organization for the New York Giants was displayed the whole season. So I'm telling you, it's not a lot of coaches who bring that value. It's just not. It's not. Yes, we shall see this year, Mark.
Let's get Anthony Richardson a good OC. I'm with you there. Like, that's something that I want to see.
Teams talk. Chicago got a hotline right now. And it's not for these quarterbacks with people, and I'm just speculating. It's not for the quarterbacks that you think are who they are. It's not for the CJ Stroud. Not for it. I'm telling you, AR gonna go to this combine, and then we gonna talk after. And you like, hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, this dude ain't got no, bro, 6'4", 235, 240, who can
he can run.
But he got an arm. Watch that man gonna throw 85 yards. Watch what I tell you. Watch. Mark, that man gonna throw 85 yards. He gonna throw 85 yards, dog. Watch.
I love it. Psychic Ike Taylor out on the pod again, because you called this with the Eric Bieniemy news, and it was just like, again, and it's not to say Matt Nagy can't be a good offensive coordinator. The Chiefs had a good offense with Alex Smith in his final season there, but he's not Eric Bieniemy. He's not this high-flying, potent, and that's the point that I'm trying to make here is just like Psychic Ike Taylor out on the show again. We're trying to tell you in advance what's going to happen before it happens. Right. Anthony Richardson, a player we'll likely be talking about here more and more each week. I'll call it right now. I think he'll really help his stock this upcoming week at the Combine. I can't wait to see him throw because I think he's got all of the tools. It's, can you put it together? Can you be consistent? And then can you have good coaching around you? And then can you get the support of the surrounding players as a young rookie coming into the league? Because if he goes to a bad fit and bad situation, that's where I don't think he's at the same level of the other quarterbacks to where he doesn't have a ceiling, but then he might not have a floor either, Ike. So who the heck knows?
Telling you, he gonna go to this. They wait. These teams waiting on him. They just waiting to see. Like they don't call. Like, do I pull the trigger and get him? After this combine, trigger already pulled. This dude ain't no ceiling.
Ike, is this from the tape that you've watched of him? What is your basis of this? I've seen the big playabilities. I watch a lot of SEC football myself. What makes you say this with Richardson?
I know him. I know him personally.
Okay,
but I watch plenty. Yeah, when you see him, you like, hey, that's LeBron James right there. Like he got that kind of statue. Like he's well put, bro. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna. Man, I'm trying to tell you, he gonna.
All right.
That man gonna 5 yards more.